Standscape is an interactive, real-time booking system for exhibitions and trade shows. In this overview, we will look at it from three angles: the exhibitor view, the organizer view, and the builder view. Let's start by looking at the exhibitor view, or what we call the front end. This is how the exhibitor will book a stand. The event branding would go at the top, and then some very basic instructions, because it's all easy step by step from here. The exhibitor can read the event information pack and the terms and conditions document. They must accept the terms and conditions before they can make a booking. We then capture some basic contact details so the organizer can get hold of the exhibitor if he doesn't complete his booking. Here's Bob from Bloom's making a booking. And here's where the magic happens. Bob can now view an interactive, real-time floor plan. At the top is a color chart. Anything green is available. Anything else can't be selected. The exhibitor can see the full layout. Hovering over an available stand shows its area and price, and hovering over a booked stand shows who the exhibitor is. Bob would like to be near his friend Mickey and is looking for a double stand near the refreshment area. No need to contact the organizer with lots of questions. He chooses stands A1 and A2. Immediately, he presses the reserve button. Those stands are now colored orange and are unbookable by anybody else. No more double bookings. Bob gets an email confirming his selection. The data is securely stored, and he is now directed to the full registration form to fill in more details. This form would be customized to the needs of the event. Generally, it would include things like account details, fascia name, logo, and optional extras, such as attendance of social events and whether or not he wants an invoice. At the bottom, Bob can see the total of what has been ordered and clicks Register. We make sure that he has completed everything and do error checking so that the organizer doesn't get any half-done bookings that require following up. What's important here? That was really easy to use. It's accurate and fast, and the workload on the organizer has been greatly reduced. Let's look at the organizer view. The organizer accesses the back end via a dashboard where you can see some basic stats about the event. Task Manager is used to communicate with the Standscape team. Let's start off by looking at the floor plan itself. Firstly, if you have several floor plans in the same event, select the one you want to work with. Let's go and edit the floor plan, because that's where the fun is. Let's say I need to move stand M12. I can simply drag it to where I want. I can use the arrow keys to line it up really nicely. Now, I've oversold this exhibition. I'm going to need another couple of stands. Let's go and create some new ones. We'll call them the J series, J01 and 2. I need them to be this size and rotated 45 degrees and priced like this. They are placed in the top left corner, and I can then drag them to wherever I want. This looks like a good spot. And I'd like to put J1 there, but then I'm going to have to move M12. So let's put it back where it was and get it lined up nicely. That looks good. And as soon as I save and refresh, that is the floor plan that is live, the one that everybody is seeing. To prove that, let's just go back to the front end and see what the exhibitor sees now when going to make a booking. There are our new stands, J1 and J2, with their pricing, and M12 is where we left it. Now let's go and look at some other things we can do as the organizer. We can download all of the bookings that have been made so far. Here, I can select which stands to download. I can also output to the Nectar app, which is a multiple event app that we partner with. I can download that information to Excel. And there we go. There are all the bookings I have so far, their pricing, and who booked them. Let's click View Bookings. Here is the list of stand bookings, and I can see who has completed the second stage, in other words, the registration form. If they have, I can click to view the form. So let's see what Bloom's filled in. There we go. These other guys haven't filled in the form yet, and I can send myself that link so that I can mail them and ask them to complete it. Or I can simply send registration reminders to everybody who hasn't yet registered. There are various other things I can do, such as edit a stand booking. I can overwrite the information here if it's incorrect and update the stand, or clear it, which would make it available again. I could also move D5 to somewhere else. Let's say I want to move him to D4 because he requested that. I can replace D5 with D4, and the system will remind you to send the updated booking form to the exhibitor. Here are a few other features. We can edit the basic information about the event, admin email address, venue, etc. We can upload the documents such as the terms and conditions, the information pack, and other documents as PDFs. And we can disable the exhibition once bookings are closed. Let's look at the registration block. Here we can see the actual form that the exhibitors fill in. And here we can go and look at the ones that have been filled in. These blocks along the top show which optional extras have been enabled for this event, and then the list of registrations. We can sort this information in any sequence we like by clicking on the column name. There are some totals at the bottom showing us how many people selected each item, and we can record our invoice number or a short comment in this field. There are many options in the Action column, such as viewing the proforma invoice if we sent one. We can also edit or delete a registration, capture payments, and various other things. Built into the system is the ability to send bulk mails and download all this information to Excel. Here's a nice feature too. If there are several people acting as administrators for this event, you can also leave a comment using this sticky note here. And when the screen is refreshed, it will be coloured yellow, alerting anyone else using this system that there is a comment. Let's sort it back into reference number order like we had it. And so any other admin can click on this comment and read it. Quite useful if you've got a team trying to work on the same form, or even for leaving notes to yourself. Of course, we can review each registration and see what the exhibitor filled in. What's important here? The organizer has control over the floor plan and can easily change things. Costs are reduced because there is more automation, and there is no draftsperson making repeated changes to the floor plan. Now let's look at the builder view. We'll log in as a builder, which gives us a different view of the system. And let's return to that modern demo event. There are several views here. This one is called the Built and Not Built view. Imagine the build manager walking around the exhibition as it's being built, ticking things off as they're completed. Anything red is complete. Blue hasn't been finished yet. At a glance, the builder, his customer, and his team can see the build status. And he can print or email this page to people who don't have access to it. But even better, we have an online snag list here, so he can capture anything that is missing or broken or needs attention. He records that stand A2 has an issue for his team to follow up. Once those spots have been fixed, the item can be cleared. So we have a live snag list, and again, can print or email this to people if we want to. This is a great communication tool, keeping everybody informed and speeding up problem resolution. Picking list view. Here we can mark where there are open sides, shared walls and so on. That will give us a picking list at the bottom of the screen. So if we add a panel here, you'll see the numbers will change at the bottom. Let's do it again, and you'll see the number of panels change. That's a real time saver over the old-fashioned offline method. So what's important here? We've got great flexibility and speed, and everybody's got access to information which saves a lot of confusion. Want to know more? Get in touch and let's chat.